Aka, and this is my voice, 3 weeks on testosterone. I want to talk about a lot of things. I'm chilling in this really cool tree right now by the creek. This is a really great spot. Anger. So, anger, yeah, I've been feeling angry. When I was pre-T, it felt like I had a dragon that was like sitting in my lower chakras, and I didn't want to wake up the dragon because I was afraid of it. I was afraid because it made me want to hurt people. Like the anger was so intense, and I ended up doing things like self-mutilation. I was suicidal whenever I tapped into that. Whenever I woke up the dragon. And so when people hurt me in my personal relationships, I would either wake up the dragon and hurt others, or I would not wake up the dragon and allow others to hurt me. So it was really passive aggressive and really unhealthy, all the while knowing that there was this dragon inside me. That shit was scary. What's happening now is it feels like a pressure valve has been opened, and there's this stream of anger that's coming up that's like constantly flowing. And it's actually pretty cool because the anger, I can do anything I want with it. I can ride my bike with it. I can go work out. I can focus on this project. I can draw a hard boundary. I can stand up for someone, because it's so accessible. It's like right there. I can just grab and do whatever the fuck I want with it. And it feels really good, actually. It's like a confirmation that this is some medicine that I've been needing for a long time. I was actually afraid that testosterone would make me more aggressive because I know that that's one of the side effects. But because there's so, like, it feels like I can actually focus more and make better decisions on testosterone rather than it being like I'm drunk and I can't control myself. It's the opposite. My upper body strength is increasing. The first time I did my chest workout, the first 2 times I did my chest workout, I didn't feel that big of a difference, but this last time I was like, what? I put more weights on and I was still just like pumping. And when I was done with my workout, like the usual workout, I was like, what the fuck? I still got more energy. I can still keep going, and that felt really good. After that workout, I went into the forest. I took this trail, and I was just soaking up Mother Nature, and I was just feeling so good about my body. A really good friend, recently said to me, there's a difference between accepting and tolerating your body and really feeling in love with the body that you're in. And I didn't fully understand what she was saying in the moment. And then coming out of the gym, I was like, yeah, this is it. I feel so fucking good just feeling my chest expanding. And then that night I was like crying for hours because I felt like there was grief that needed to be released. Grief is stored in the heart chakra, you know? So when we pump our chest, some of those things might come up. And I was feeling really good. But then there was this masculine ego that came in, and I had to watch as the observer, because the masculine ego is so loud. It's louder than the feminine ego, right? Because the masculine is extroverted and the feminine is introverted. Kind of like the penis goes outwards and the vagina goes inwards, right? And the masculine ego is just so much louder than the feminine ego. But it's good for me because pre-T, when I was in my ego, I didn't even realize it because it was so subtle. And now it's just like fucking loud music. You can't ignore it. Okay, so when I talk about being an ego, how do I explain this? So it's kind of like, do I need to come closer because of the traffic? It's kind of like, being an ego is kind of like identifying, like ego identity, right? So when I say things like, I'm trans queer, I'm two-spirit, I'm non-binary, I'm heterosexual, I'm a lesbian, I'm FTM, these labels are egoic. And they're not bad. When I meet someone and I ask them what their pronouns are and they say, oh, it's they, them, I know that they're non-binary, and so I have a better idea of how to honor and respect this person. But non-binary is not the soul. Okay, so the labels are ego identity and the soul is everything. If God, actually let me say source, right? Because God was hijacked by religion and turned into something else. Source is more definitive. It's all that is. It's everything came from source. And so if source is a infinite ocean, then the soul is one drop of water in that ocean, and within that one drop of water there's everything. There's all that is, all of the properties of the ocean. So that means male and female. It means the entire spectrum. It's everything. It's alien, it's human, it's plant, it's animal, it's all that is. The soul is infinite. So here I am. When I say I'm in the observer mode, I'm like watching from the soul, listening to the ego. And the ego strutting around with the fucking strong upper body strength. Yeah, I can fucking yeah, that masculine ego. I heard things. I heard some toxicity, and I heard my ego say words that my soul would not pronounce, and words like bitches and pussy. And so I didn't punish myself. I didn't stop and say, oh my God, Aka, you're such a fucking dick. What's wrong with you? Because that doesn't help. I just listened and I observed, and I thought, well, if my ego is wanting to degrade women, where am I with my own feminine energy? Because that which we, like our energy outward is the same thing as our energy inward. It's just flowing in the opposite direction. So I put my hand on my heart and I'm just like asking the feminine, what's going on? What's up? Like, how are you feeling? And what I get is, I'm kind of sad right now. I'm kind of sad. Kind of sad because I can't walk into the women's locker room anymore. I'm done with the women's restroom. And that might not feel like a big deal, but it actually is, because I'm letting go of this sisterhood. I'm letting go of the feeling like when women approach other women and their walls are down, and there's this trust. And it doesn't matter if that person's a lesbian. I mean, it's not about sexual orientation, because, lesbians have sisterhood, even though there's sexual attraction there. It's not about sexual attraction. It's about gender and sisterhood. That's gone. The women in the locker room don't feel comfortable undressing in front of me anymore. And it's fine, but it's also something that it's okay to feel sad about, because there's something being lost here. And so I tell myself that it's okay. It's okay to feel this. Let's feel this. What can I do right now? Oh, take off your shoes and hug some trees. And as I listen to my own feminine, which is my heart, which is the feeling, the intuition, the divine guidance, as I listen, I take off my shoes and I start hugging the trees, and I come out of my ego, and that toxic masculinity is just all of a sudden gone. And that's how we heal, we start with the self, and as we heal the self, the collective also heals. So thank you to to you guys who are doing the work. One of the things that I was really dysphoric about was being so small and skinny, and I felt weak. And, you know, people would tell me, you know, women aren't weak, you know, it's a different kind of strength, it's emotional strength. And I understand that now. Like, I had to stop and really appreciate how women are really fucking strong. There's an emotional strength that is, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful. And so when a woman cries, that's not weakness, yo. Like, that's fucking strength. Like, wow, what are you feeling right now, you know? Anyways, at the end of the day, I learned to honor and respect that. But at the end of the day, I still was like, but I still feel skinny. I still want to feel strong. And so now I'm getting that. And it feels so good. It feels really good. I feel that. I'm starting to feel happy. And I know it's not because of external stuff. Normally, you know, like, you accomplish something, yay, happy. You buy a new car or house, yay, happy. You meet someone who sweeps you off your feet, yay, happy. None of that's happening to me. I still feel angry and sad and afraid and frustrated and anxious. There's still obstacles in my path. I still have to figure out how to do all these things, but it's almost as if it doesn't have a hold on me anymore. It's almost as if I've turned them down, and I can hear what's happening above that. And what I'm hearing is the song of my soul. I know I talk about this before. It's like, it's because I feel like my soul is coming home to my body, and it feels so fucking good that these things are still there, but I can dance above that. I can just kind of like float and fly, and it's so amazing that it's not a circumstance that's making me feel this way. It's me. It's well, it may be a circumstance because testosterone could be considered a circumstance, but it's my healing. Because even if I stop taking testosterone, I will never forget. Like, this I'm keeping with me forever. It feels so good. This feeling of knowing that I don't have to be trapped in the traps that I was in. So, okay, so for those who don't know a little bit about my history, I'm retelling these stories, right? I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and complex PTSD. I had symptoms of ADHD or ADD and dissociative identity disorder. But most of that had gotten healed through psychotherapy, plant medicine, ayahuasca, Campbell medicine, marijuana help, and countless shamanic sessions. This is soul retrievals, this is curse unraveling, this is depossessions. And oh my God, I feel like hormone therapy is the icing on the cake. And it's like, yes, I'm finally here. And so for those of you who feel like there's more than hormone therapy, there is more than hormone therapy. There's all kinds of different medicines, and if you feel like you need something more to feel whole, I encourage you to seek. There's medicine everywhere. This fucking tree, look at this tree. Oh my God, look at this tree that I'm sitting in. This is medicine. Look at this creek. This is medicine. I'm sitting in the rain, guys. It's fucking raining. I mean, I'm in fucking Portland. It's always raining here. Not always, but I will appreciate the sun when it comes back. I'm so grateful for where I am, for hormone therapy, for all of my supporters on YouTube and on Instagram, my friends and family who have stepped up to say, I support you, I'm here. The people who have gave me their phone numbers, and I basically have my own personal crisis hotline now. And I'm like, what the fuck? People love me, and I'm tripping out. I'm tripping out on it because I'm finally able to receive that and absorb it inside my body because I'm living in my body. What the fuck? So in the future, I want to talk about soul loss and gender dysphoria, because I can see and I can feel that with me, a lot of my soul parts were not going to come home until I started my transition. But anyways, that's later. I love you guys, and I am so grateful.